There are reptile stores that actually care about their animals and reptile stores that are just getting by, truthfully. I'm James, and you are watching Blue Dog Reptiles. Now, what we're going to talk about today is actually why natural habitats are better for your animals. And what I was talking about in the beginning of some reptiles actually care about their animals versus reptile stores that are just getting by, it's all in the pudding. You can see in the enclosures which people care and which just want to sell the animal, and they really don't care about the animal. And I know that sounds shallow, and you're like, James, are you the best? No, I'm probably not. In the world, in the country, no. But I put my best foot forward, and I make sure that each and every one of my animals is taken care of. I always tell people, I don't care if my animal's with me for 2 days or 2 years. I mean, look at our mangrove. Up until recently, she sold. We built her this big, beautiful setup just for her. Now, would I do that if I was... Does it make sense to put this much money into a custom enclosure only for her to sell? Yes, it does for me, because I don't want her to be stressed. I don't want her to be exposed and out in the open. I hate going into stores, and I've seen this across the country, where you go in and they have... I actually don't even like selling these things, but I bought them when I first opened, and I haven't ordered them since. But these carpets or these mats here, yeah, those are still 3 years. I haven't replaced those. I hate them. But you go into stores, and that's what you'll see on the bottom of a tank. And then you'll see a bunch of animals crammed in there with very little hiding places. Maybe not even water dishes. Hi, girly. But it really... Are you coming out to say hi to the camera? I prefer doing naturalistic enclosures because that's what it's all about. It's about the animal. And you're also going to inspire people to build custom setups, build and make... I mean, look at this. I'm going through all the work to make these custom setups. One for red-eye crocodile skinks, one for our Australian water dragon. That one I have no idea because I'm still haven't started building it yet. But these animals should feel safe. They should feel secure. And at home... So, I know I'm getting a little off point there. But crested geckos are a key example. When you look in a crested gecko's enclosure, it should actually take you a few minutes to find the crested gecko. And if it's set up that way, that means that your cresty feels safe. It feels secure. It doesn't feel exposed. If you had, let's see, I actually have an enclosure that's pretty bare right now because I'm redoing it. This one right here. This enclosure is very bare. I actually just chucked this in here this morning. But I'm actually redoing this setup. But if you were to put a crested gecko in an enclosure like this, look, and like I said, I just chucked this in. So if it was sitting like this, where's that cresty going to hide? It's going to hide behind that one little plant. Is that optimal for a crested gecko? No, because they're going to be stressed. They might not eat. They may drop their tail because they don't feel comfortable, or they feel stressed or overwhelmed, or that's not okay for our animals. And truth be told, I mean, to be blunt about it, if bare minimum is okay for you, that's not okay. These animals rely on us to make sure that they have a good and healthy home, just like they would out in the wild. This enclosure, this is one of our tree frog enclosures. You see how much coverage. I mean, there are hiding places down here, over here. This pothos is growing in fantastic. There are plenty of places for it to hide. Now, I know I'm a little all over the place, but why are naturalistic enclosures better? And we've been talking about that and covering that. It's all about the animal. Key example, and I get it, you know, setting up naturalistic enclosures can be expensive to start. But that's a lot of things that people don't think about, is that yes, it may be expensive in the beginning, but you're going to save yourself in maintenance, in care, in vet visits, because your animal's going to be healthier. So yes, it may be more money in the beginning, but overall it's going to be more successful. Springtails, isopods, they are huge factors. I mean, this tank is just crawling with springtails. But springtails clean up waste. They clean up poop, mold, all that. Same with isopods. They chew on rotting wood, decaying leaves. It's a self-sustaining ecosystem. And bioactive is always the way to go. And again, like I said, some people want to do, let's say, for their snake, they want to do Reptibark here. Realistically, if you do a Reptibark, or not necessarily Reptibark, but if you do a base substrate with nothing cleaning it, you're going to be in there doing maintenance. Anytime the animal poops, anytime it sheds, anytime something happens in the tank, you're in there doing maintenance. It's recommended that if it isn't a bioactive, that you're changing the substrate out monthly, if not every 6 weeks. Now, let's say that the bag of substrate for your enclosure costs $50. That's an extra $50 a month that you are spending on substrate. Whereas if you would have forked over the additional $150, now you have a complete ecosystem that doesn't need maintenance on a regular basis. Yes, you still have to feed and water your animal, but overall, the naturalistic ecosystem is overall better for the animal. And it's less overall cost out of your pocket. So, I know I was a little bit all over the place, guys, but I truly believe in natural enclosures. I mean, this one right here. This is our bull snake. She likes to hide. I wonder if you can see her face. Nope. She likes to hide behind the rock pile here. This plant was alive. It was kind of on its last leg because it was originally in the mangroves enclosure, and she did a number on it. But it died. That's all right, because there's springtails, there's isopods in here. They're gonna chew on the leaves that came off of this tree. That is perfectly okay. It completes and balances out the ecosystem. And what would you rather see? Would you rather see a beautiful scape that you actually put hard work into and you can enjoy it for many years to come? Or would you like to see a bare bones tank with nothing really going for it, and it's just kind of there, and you lose interest because it's not that appealing? Which one would you rather see? I personally love naturalistic enclosures, and I love when customers come in and show pictures of how much work that they put into their beautiful enclosures and their beautiful scapes, and it pays off. Your animals are healthier. Your ecosystem is making it where you have less maintenance. So I hope you guys all take something from this. Let us know. Do you prefer fake, artificial, bare bones, or do you prefer naturalistic ecosystems with beautiful scapes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and we will see you guys next time.